Biggest advantage is the operational efficiency. I just think in the short run, that's clearly, if the cost of implementation for a digital media deal is cost prohibitive for agencies, and if you're looking at 3,000 digital media publishers or ad tech partners, it just doesn't scale for an agency and for, frankly, partnership. So I think people need to have an alternative to that, and I think programmatic environment or automated environment certainly provides that. On the disadvantage, I think anything that is separating the client from the media publisher where their inventory or sponsorship is going to run, that creates a level of uncertainty, and I think that's probably the biggest problem.
The single greatest advantage of programmatic is the automation of what has historically been a very labor-intensive practice of buying and selling advertising, right? Down to emailing ad creative. Programmatic takes that all out and really makes it a very turnkey, efficient, and streamlined process. I think the disadvantage of programmatic is it's introduced fraud into the ecosystem. It's been very easy for certain players to introduce fraudulent inventory that gets transacted well after anyone actually detects that it's fraud.
The biggest advantage of programmatic is because you could eliminate people. It's not manual the way it is today, and I think that is a good thing. Math will rule what's going on there. The disadvantage is everybody thinks it's a panacea, it's going to be a cure-all, and it's not. I think we'll find some sort of equilibrium where programmatic will be a percentage of the total media investment, but it's not going to be 100%.
So the single greatest disadvantage is that there's still a misperception about its price qualities. I think the single greatest advantage of programmatic is that it allows the equality of both sides and recognizing that each side of the transaction has useful data, and it's the ability to use that data, especially in programmatic premium and programmatic direct, that is absolutely going to be the hallmark of programmatic to come.
The single biggest advantage of programmatic is the efficiency with which it brings relevancy to market, and consumers love relevancy. That's why the DAA is there to help your business. The number one disadvantage may be tied to misperception about privacy issues. That's why DAA is there to increase trust.
The single greatest advantage that programmatic has on the way we're transacting business is that what we've enabled us to do is to go from buying bundles of impressions, buying thousands of impressions, not knowing which ones are wasted and which ones aren't, to actually buying individual impressions based on data. You can buy an impression for the user that you want to reach now rather than having to buy thousands of impressions just to reach that right person. The biggest disadvantage that programmatic has had on the way in which we do business at the moment is actually that most people don't understand it. And so there's a lot of confusion in the marketplace around what programmatic is. People think it's just remnant, it's just real-time bidding, but it's a lot more than that. Ultimately, it's about using technology to automate and making buying of media more efficient. And if we can counter that misunderstanding, we'll get all the advantages of programmatic.